We all learned this year is that being outside can feel really good. And after more than a year of some Zoom school and hours spent cooped up indoors, many parents have come to realize how important it is for kids to spend more time outside. And here today to talk about this is author Mary Kay Carson. Good morning, Mary Kay. How are you this morning?
I'm well. Good morning.
Good morning to you. We're glad to have you here this morning. And this is a really important topic to talk about. And we are kind of now heading into our spring and summer months and more opportunities for kids to be outside. So give us an idea. We know it's important. We know it's good for them. But exactly why is it so important?
Well, it's good for everyone. But it's especially good for kids because studies have shown that the outdoor environment is very, very stimulating to kids and their brain development. If you think about it, it makes sense, right? If you think about reading a book or looking at a screen right in front of your face, that's sort of a one-dimensional activity, whereas being outside, right, you have the sky above, it's 360 degrees, you're aware of what's around you, and it's multi-sensory, right? There are things to see, to smell, to hear, to feel, and so it's just a great environment for kids to explore in, and it's kind of like a giant outdoor laboratory for kids who are natural scientists and love to explore.
Yeah, endless possibilities if you can get them out there. So there's a brand new series that's going to kind of help us achieve this. Tell us about that.
It's a new series of books called Outdoor School, and the books are really made to encourage kids to get outside and explore the natural world no matter where they live, no matter if they live in the city or the suburbs or the countryside. And there are three main titles. There's a book on hiking and camping, one on fossil rock and shell hunting, and the one that I wrote is about animal watching, and they're just full of fun activities to do outdoors, to learn and to explore, and you know what, build an appreciation for the natural world.
And we just had Earth Day not too long ago, so this also is going to try to help us incorporate some of those green activities too.
Absolutely. I mean, we all know that we depend as human beings on all of the systems of the earth to provide us with air to breathe and water and soil so we can grow food. And the earth can't take care of us if we don't take care of it. And it's important that the next generation hopefully does a better job of taking care of the earth. And I think being outdoors and gaining an appreciation for what's around them, the plants and the animals, is part of that.
And sometimes, we might have some kids that are a little more reluctant to do that. So do you have some tips on getting some of our reluctant kids outside more and then making them want to do that more often?
Sure. A couple of tips. One thing is to sort of practice what you preach, right? So if, as grown-ups, kids, learn from grown-ups, and if as grown-ups, if we can model the behavior that we want them to have, that's always a big help. So if you spend time outdoors, go for a walk instead of running on a treadmill, or, even just walking to the bus, or, walking to the parking lot from the grocery store, if you can point out, oh, look at the clouds are different today, or look at that bird, we haven't seen that bird before, just things like that really models the behavior that kids pick up. And then the other thing is that all kids are different, right? And kids have different interests, but almost any interest that kids have that's something that they like to do indoors, they can do that outdoors. So if you have kids who like to build forts in the living room, give them a tarp and some sticks and let them build a fort outside. Or if you have a kid who, can't really tear himself away from his phone and apps, there are tons of apps now that help kids get outside by, geocaching, which is, you find GPS coordinates to find little treasures, or apps that identify plants and animals, or that track trails where you go. So to me, it's about meeting a kid with what they already like to do and finding an outdoor version of that.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for all your information this morning, Mary Kay, and some really great tips. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with Local Lifestyles after this.